Good morning, good morning, good morning, Facebook family and friends. How's everyone this morning? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday morning. Wisdom Walk episode number 28. How fast do you run? How fast do you run? So this will be an interesting one. Do I say that a lot? I think I say that a lot. I kind of say that a lot. But they're all interesting, I get. But how fast do you run? So I want to talk about average, and I want to talk about winners. Like, those people that some people think that they're like jealous of, or they say, man, you're really, really lucky. Oh man, how do you have that home and that vacation, that lifestyle? And how do you have all that stuff? You're just like so lucky. Yeah, because they work their butt off. How about that? That's a reason. And you may not see that portion of it. So the question is, how fast do you run? So let's kind of break it down to the difference between average and let's just call it, the winners. And I shouldn't say winners. Not that if you're average, I'm not trying to say if you're average, you're not a winner, but the overachievers, the people that want the nice things in life, the people that want to be able to wake up early in the morning and do whatever they want to do and drive whatever they want to drive and have whatever they want to have and go on vacation wherever they want to go and not have to ask anybody for anything. So let's call that person, for this purposes, we're going to go, the A person is the person that just has everything going on, and we're going to call the average, which is C. So for this purpose, I'm going to refer to A as that person that's killing it, and C to the person that's just average. Okay? So how fast do you run? So let's think of like a marathon. Let's say right now, person A and person C, or we're all going to go race, and we're going to run a marathon. Well, if we're going to run a marathon, 26-mile marathon, we're going to kind of pace ourselves. We're going to start off jogging. We got 26 miles, this way down the road down there. So I'm going to pace myself. I'm not going to put in too much energy. I'm going to just go as fast as I can go and get there. Then I'm going to make the sprint at the end. But if we were to do a 100-yard dash, we're all going to wake up, get up, and it's time to go, and we full speed ahead. We just take off. Who's going to win? So you put everything into it. So I kind of think about how fast you run, meaning how fast is everything that you do. One of the things about my personality is I'm the king of typos. I am the king of typos. I'm always, whenever I make a post, later on I'll go read it, I'll go, oh, that was stupid. Oh, missed that word there. Because everything I do in my life is with speed. I talk too fast. I walk too fast. People always tell me, slow down. Slow down, Clayton, slow down. Because that's the mode I'm in. I run fast. I'm an A, not a C. Because I've talked about this on my wisdom walks before. I'm not sure what episode it was, but everybody has 24 hours a day. You call that one day. I have 6 days a day. Because my day starts earlier than yours. And I accomplish more in the first 6 hours of my day than most people accomplish in their full day. Think about it. Have you ever had a day where in like a 4 or 5 hour period of time, you got so much done that you shocked yourself? And you're like, wow, I got a lot done today. Well, that's my everyday. Because I look at 4 in the morning till like 8 is day 1. 8 to 12, day 2. And you can have different hours. 12 to 4, day 3. 4 to 8, day 4. And you push yourself because in my mind, I have more days than the average person. So I can get more accomplished. And my brain I can't slow down. Like, I wake up this morning, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do a wisdom walk. Going to get it done. Not sure what I'm going to talk about. But it just hits me when I hit the front door. And look, I, I, I say it as I go along. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about before I start talking about it. But I just do based on experiences and how I live my life. And I think what people do in their life is they don't run fast enough. I'll give you an example. And I definitely have talked about this in a couple wisdom walks before. My friend and one of my many mentors, Rabu, asked me about getting involved in a company with him. And I didn't do it for about 8 months. And in December 30th, I decided to sign up and get things started. But I'm the type of person, when I start something, I run fast and hard. Right now, I don't wait. And because of that, you get massive accomplishments and fruit of your labors. So I've made great money in my life, doing what he's shown me to do. And again, he didn't babysit me. He said, this is it. This is what you get done. Go figure it out, make it happen. And I've done that. I made hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in the last 2.5 months because I run fast. I don't sit back. I understand life is a marathon, but I treat it as a 100-yard dash. And some of you don't know how to do that. But when you figure that out and you run fast right now, that's the difference. Because some people procrastinate and they're like, okay, well, I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it the next day. Well, here's one of the things that you need to do and think about in your life that will probably change how fast you run. And I was speaking to a friend of mine a few months ago, and it kind of hit me, and it shows you how fast you'll run. So let me give you the story. So a friend of mine told me that he, a couple of his family members died. Not all was COVID related. A couple died of a heart attack. And he was a little concerned. So he went and got checked out. And the doctor came to him and says, okay, you're a pretty young body, but man, on the inside, he looked at me and says, how many kids do you have? He goes, well, I'm pretty young and I'm having my first child. He says, do you want to see that first child graduate from high school? And the guy's like, doctor, what are you talking about? You're like freaking me out. He goes, do you know what the child is yet? He said, he has a daughter. He goes, okay. Do you want to walk her down the aisle? He goes, yeah, I want to walk her down the aisle. Or do you want a stranger to walk her down the aisle? He goes, I want to walk her down the aisle. Well, you better start changing some of your habits. Because if you don't, someone else will be walking her down the aisle. Now, that's a powerful statement because that's a reason. So here's now, I've told you guys and talked to you guys about your why. And why do you do some of the things that you do, which is pretty similar to a reason. But if you have a reason, it changes everything. So now, this gentleman has a reason. He wants to live. So he's changed his diet. He's changed his exercise routine. He's changed his stress level. Everything about his life, because the doctor said, you're going to die. Death is final. There's no do-overs. So you have to realize what your reason for doing what you're doing in your life. And if your reason is strong enough, you will take that marathon that we have called a life, and instead of jogging through the first portion of it and getting stronger as you grow and faster as you get closer to the finish line, you're going to sprint every single day. That's how I live my life. I sprint every single day. I cannot slow down. My amazing queen said to me yesterday or 2 days ago when I made the announcement to the team that I'm cutting the apron and I'm not having any more Tuesdays, Thursdays, or Saturdays Q&A sessions or holding their hands anymore. Because in 2 months, 2.5 months, I've given them everything they needed. They have everything, it's all on video. And I found myself going over the same stuff that I went over last week and the week before and the week before, because the information is not hard and there's no new information. So what I was doing is I was holding them back to keep them from running, because what's amazing about them is they have learned. And what's amazing about them is that the system is not difficult and it's very easy. Most of our people do things passively. Passively means you don't have to do anything. You can like sit back in that 26-mile marathon and you can say, okay, we're going to start today. And then you like walk a couple steps. Is that a burger stand? Let me go have a burger. Because that's what passive does for you. Because you don't have to do anything. Passive means you put your stuff in and let it do all the work for you and you don't have to do anything. So I've set this up where it's so simple, so easy, no one really needs me. You don't even need to hear my voice. All you need to go is to go to where the information that we have stored, and many of us have it, their own promo pages. You watch a couple of videos, which is like 23 minutes long, and you go put into work. That's it. There's nothing else to it. So my queen said to me, she goes, okay, now that you're not doing that anymore, now we're going to take that time that you used to do that, we're going to spend it together. I'm like, but for the last 20 years, we've been home together every day. We don't go to work or whatever. She goes, no, but we're going to go sit in the backyard and we're going to go sit around the pool and we're just going to relax and spend quality time together so you don't have to do these meetings. I'm like, I can live with that. That works for me. Get to spend more quality time with you, even though, because sometimes you take for granted that the person is there, because we're around each other 24/7. Unless we go out to do something separately, we're around each other 24/7, which is a beautiful thing. Because I love having that type of life with my partner, that we don't have to separate ourselves every day and go to work and then come back home and, oh, how much money did you make your boss today? Or how much money did you make that company today? So it's a beautiful life that way. But it's all, again, about how fast you're going to run. It's all, again, about that sprint. Well, to me, even though life is a long period of time, I treat everything as a sprint. And again, I walk fast, I talk fast, I do everything fast. That's just my personality. Because my reasons is I don't want to be in a situation where my family have a need and a want. I don't ever want to know that my mom or my mother and father-in-law have to go back to work or have to wake up in the morning and worry about, are they gonna be able to pay a bill? Or are they gonna lose their home? Or is COVID messing up the economy that's gonna mess something up for their life? So that's my reason why I do what I do. I don't want my wife to wonder, hey, are we gonna still be in this house? Is something changing in the world? Are we gonna be able to do that? Those are that's my heart attack. That's my thing that my doctors tell me, but my financial doctors tell me, no, you have to do what you have to do to make sure that you're there for your family. And that's the difference. So that's my reason. You have to come up with your reason. What's your reason why you do what you do? Now, I understand, for those of you that's been listening, I ask you to join My Good Life. And My Good Life teaches you a set of skills that you need to incorporate in your life every single morning. But a lot of you don't do that. Or you've started it and then you stopped. Some of you have done an amazing job with it. I've seen some of you in day number 500 and day number 600, which is like 2 years. That's pretty awesome. And I sure hope it's changed your life and changed your mindset about how you deal with things in your life. I sure hope it has. Because if you're following it, it definitely will. So the first thing you do in the morning is you get your mindset ready. See, some people in this world, and it's happening right now as we wake up, and we get up in this morning, on the East Coast, West Coast, whatever, people are waking up, and this is some people. Man, the paycheck was a little bit short. I just got paid yesterday, Friday's payday, and I got to figure out how to stretch this check to buy food for the kids, stress this to pay the rent. Maybe the landlord can give me a week, extra so I can come with some extra money. Maybe I can call my boss and see if I can get a couple of extra hours of shift to see if I can make some extra money to get it done. Now, I understand. Look, I get it. I understand it. Here's the difference, though. You have someone that's doing these crazy wisdom walks, that's giving you a full blueprint of life, of how life could be. Now, you don't have to accept the blueprint. You can do whatever you want. If you like that other scenario I just mentioned, where you got that Friday paycheck, and you got to figure out how you're going to stretch it, and how you're going to make it happen, and how you're going to pay your rent, and how you're going to pay your bills, and what's going to happen next week and next month. If you're going to go put some money on a credit card, or then you have to pay it back, or you're going to call that cousin or that uncle or that brother or that sister and say, hey, can you give me $500 until next week? All you're doing is digging yourself in that hole a little bit deeper and deeper and deeper. So you can live that way if you want. That's up to you. Or you can start realizing there's systems and there's things that you can do in your life to change your life. There's passive things that you could be doing. I understand a lot of people don't understand cryptocurrency. I understand a lot of people don't understand investments because they don't teach it in school. But you have someone teaching you right now. You have someone that's showing you a way to do different things in your life and a way to have different things in your life. One of my mentors, like I was mentioning, Rabu, that gave me that opportunity, and I took it in December, didn't take it in May. I've done a wisdom walk about that. I was talking to him yesterday on WhatsApp as he's traveling Emirates Airlines to Dubai with his team members and his girls. I mean, what a beautiful thing. And I'm sitting there looking at it, and I don't mean to talk his business because he said this publicly. Hey, one thing about entrepreneurs, sometimes we're on top of the world, and then sometimes you're struggling a little bit. But we're no longer an entrepreneurial type situation because we don't have a business. I don't have a business. I got rid of all the businesses a couple of months ago. We're done. All we have is a club that we belong to, that we do investments, and those investments are my employees, if you want to call it that. I've talked about that before. The best employee you have is money, and that money works all the time, because as I'm walking and talking to you, I'm making money as I'm walking and talking to you. I don't need to be an entrepreneur for that. I don't need to sit there and worry about, man, are the corporate taxes are due this week and this month, and man, how many people do we have running the company? Oh, and I just lost this person, and I got to come up with this new system, and oh man, the software that we're using for the company is getting kind of dated, so now I have to drop another 30 grand to come up with new software to stay with the competition. All those normal things that people have to do, I don't have to do that anymore. It is such an amazing feeling not to have to do that anymore, because I've done that for years. Now, it's given me a good lifestyle, but it stressed me out to, like you would not believe. Now I'm not stressed anymore. I don't think Rabu's stressed anymore right now either. I think he's in Dubai. He's in Dubai, sitting back. Probably, I'm not sure what time it is there right now, but he's relaxing. I saw some pictures of from his room overlooking the whole. What an amazing thing. So you just have to decide how fast you're going to run, and how fast you're going to run every single day. What's your life going to be like? Is everything now, some of you may be misunderstanding this and going, well, Clayton, if you're always on the go and you're always in a run and whatever, isn't that like work? No, I'm not working. I just walk faster, talk faster, do more things, watch my money grow faster, and then go do what I want to do. Today, it's getting pretty warm. This hat's kind of getting warm for me, and I look at the weather in Long Beach, and it's going to be 78 degrees at 84 tomorrow. I'm like, I call the guy up and said, pull the boat out. Time to go boating. Okay? Some people are like, yeah, I got to go boating, but it's going to be a couple $1,000s for fuel. I don't have to worry about that because my babies are working. I'm making a ton of babies because my money's working making me babies. And I can use the babies to do what I need to do and go enjoy my life and go enjoy the things I want to do. Because I walk faster, I talk faster, I do what I have to do faster because I'm running faster. Good morning. I'm running faster. So are you, and I'll end with this, are you putting yourself in a position that you are gonna do that marathon of life and just cruise through it slowly and slowly, work your way through whatever you're working on, have your job, hopefully you retire, maybe you won't, maybe you have to work till the last breath that you take because you don't have any investments, you don't have any retirement set up, or are you gonna sprint? Are you gonna take a whole bunch of mini days? Hubert Humphrey taught me about mini days. Didn't understand that before. Taught me that 20 years ago. Says, no, I got 6 days a day. You have 1, I have 6. I use my 24 differently than you use your 24 because I get more accomplished in 1 day. And here's what happens. If you're younger and you're watching this right now, I know a lot of young people are not on Facebook, but if you're kids, you can get your kids to watch this. Here's what happens. A lot of people, they want to try to be entrepreneurs, so they're going to follow your footsteps and they're going to start getting in these investment groups and start making a lot of money and doing what they need to do. But people are going to look at them as they're really, really young. And they're going to go, you don't have the experience. Well, here's the best way to get experience. If someone works or has experience of 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 365 days a year, and 1 year's worth of experience gives you 365 days. Well, if I have 6 mini days in 1 day and I do a whole bunch of stuff, then I'm 6 times ahead of the person that only has 1 year. Think about that. So now their experience level gets up faster. So they have more experience in life because they're not sitting back, relaxing, they're just moving forward to what they want to accomplish in life. And I'm not saying that you have to do this in work because I don't work. If it resembles work, I'm out. I don't work. Look, I'm going to do smart things like yesterday. My work was doing withdrawals. I withdrew a whole bunch of money and reinvest a whole bunch more money, do my third. This morning I even did another little third. I'm like, oh, wow, I made some extra money this because I hit another level in one of the companies and they paid me a bonus. And I'm like, oh, I got to take a third out of that bonus and put it back in. So I did that this morning. So how many days a day do you have? What are you going to accomplish in your day? What are you going to accomplish today? What are you going to accomplish from the hours of 6 to 12 or 6 to 8 or 4 to 12 or whatever you want to cut down your little deals are, whatever you want to cut down your little hours. That's the difference between an A person and a C person. Hey, if you want to be average, you can be average. Nothing wrong with being average if that's what you want to do. But if you're sick and tired, good morning. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and you want to put yourself into another level and you want to be one of those overachievers or one of those people that have the massive success that you see on TikTok where they're like, hey, what do you do for a living? Because you're driving a $400,000, $500,000, $1 million car. What do you do for a living? And you see that guy on TikTok doing that all the time. If you want to be one of those people that they walk up to and ask you that, boy, I sure hope I see a TikTok one day of someone asking you that and you say, I count babies for a living. Boy, would that be a cool thing. I would just fall off my chair. that'll be pretty cool for me. So anyway, everybody, go count your days. Go out there and start sprinting. Sprint. Do not walk through life. I know it's a marathon, but you got to treat it like it's a 100-yard dash. Make it happen, folks. Love you guys all. Have a great, great weekend. Take care of yourselves. Be happy and be kind to everyone. Bye-bye.